of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? skin. God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Famous Fun.
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget, Mr. Hotel said the undisputed queen is black. That's right. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Unfollow, unsubscribe. All right, don't sit here in the chat and complain. Okay, so let's see who's in here. Mr. Hotel, Terry Hinton, Juju, Eileen, Pennywise. Okay. Nessie X is in the house. Vernice, Nessa G, Vince I Am from the UK. Chief Jonesy is here. Lillian X, Bronze Flat Power God, love her. Eileen Jones. All right, Midnight Green. Stacy Quinn, Buckhorse DC, Dragon Lily. Internet Goulash is in the house. Above all that drama. Said Queen, that panel was outstanding. Thank you, beloved. Okay, Silent D in the house. Cherie. All right, shout out to all of my moderators putting in work. I see you, Carl Kilcrease. Rens D, Honey 69, Deronda. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Everyone get those likes up, please. You know they have the Queen Shadow Band. Y'all know how they do. All right. Hey, Curly Girl. Okay, so with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to save the Diddy info for last for those who come in late. All right, so they don't miss anything. Hey, Trues No TV, Terry Hidden, Pearly. Okay, Anthony is in the house. Okay, so first let's talk about the police in Chicago raided this black woman's house. It was the wrong house. And remember, they did this before. I reported it to you guys, I believe it was in 2021, where they raided the black woman's house. It was the wrong person. She was in there, not even clothed, because she'd just taken a shower. And they stayed there for like 20 minutes. Okay? But let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this video. And then we're going to talk for a moment about the Chicago police and their nefariousness. Here we go.
Okay. You shout.
I don't have to shout. This is ridiculous. You got me in here because I'm naked. You kicked my house in. And I keep telling you, you got the wrong place.
Okay, ma'am.
No, I don't want to hear it. Let me call a lawyer. Let me call somebody. No, you need to let me call somebody right now. This is not okay. No, because you got the wrong house.
You screaming is not
You got the wrong house. Oh my God, you have the wrong place.
Hey, Nick, let's get this rest.
You have the wrong place. You have the wrong place.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm explaining.
I don't care what you say. You got the wrong place. I live here by myself.
Okay. I understand that. I'm explaining to you that we have a search warrant.
You got the wrong place.
Ma'am.
I don't want to care about the search warrant. You got the wrong place. I keep telling you this.
Ma'am. Okay.
No! You got the wrong place. Please let me call somebody. This is not right. I don't want to be here by myself. Let me call somebody. This is not right.
Ma'am.
I don't want to hear what you're saying, sir, until you let me call somebody. Because this is not right. I've been living here by myself. Nobody by that name lives here. You can go through every single mail in my house. You're not going to find it. And you got the wrong place. You got the wrong place. You got the wrong place. Nobody by that name lives here. I do not. I've lived here by myself ever since I moved in. You got the wrong place. I have lived here since 2015. You got the wrong place. And nobody's on this lease but me and my son is not here. You got the wrong place. My son is 22. He is not here. You got the wrong place. Nobody by that name has ever been here. This is so crazy. And I'm standing here naked. You take pictures of my house, and you won't let me call nobody. And I keep telling you, you got the wrong place. You got the wrong place. This is so crazy. You got me in here because I'm naked. This is not right. This is not right. You can ask any of my neighbors, they will tell you I live here by myself. I mind my own business. I don't bother nobody. This is not right. You can ask any of my neighbors. This is not right. This is crazy. And you won't let me call nobody. You won't let me put no clothes on.
So as soon as he explains to you, you can do what you need to do.
No, what I'm saying is what you're doing, you got the wrong place. There's nobody here ever by that name. You got the wrong information. You got the wrong information. This is not right. This is so not right.
Okay, ma'am, can you excuse me for a second? I'm gonna have the female officer get you some clothes, right?
You need to let me call somebody. You got me going through this ordeal by myself. This is not right. I need to call somebody.
Ma'am, we will gladly afford you whatever you need. What I'm trying to do is get you clothes.
I need to call somebody. I need to call somebody I trust. I need to call somebody. You got all these people in my house doing whatever it is you need to do. I understand what you're saying. You got a legal responsibility, but I'm telling you it's wrong. I'm asking you to let me call somebody. I'm asking you to let me put the clothes on. I'll sit here and let you do whatever you need to do, but let me call somebody. Let me call an attorney because I'm telling you this is wrong. I have nothing to do with whoever this person is you're looking for. And you can ask any of my neighbors right now, they will tell you that I'm always here by myself. Me and the dog, that's it. Nobody that you're looking for, you can look through all that mail on the wall. You will not find that name here. I don't know who that person is.
And your son lives here as well?
My son lives here. My son is currently incarcerated. And he don't know, I can't say what he does. But what
Is it possible that maybe some sort of friends?
no, because my son has not been here since I moved here. He's been incarcerated since I moved here.
Okay.
So I don't know who this person is.
Okay. Can we get you clothes?
I want clothes and I want to make a phone call. I can use my own phone, whatever. I need to call somebody I trust.
That is completely fine.
That's all I'm asking. I need to call somebody I trust and I need to put some clothes on. This is so crazy. You have no clue. Because this is, I just, oh my God, this is so crazy. Please, let me put the clothes on. Please, make a
Okay, that is absolutely nefarious. And then he's sitting there trying to act all calm. Just so foolish and stupid, okay? I just want you all to pay attention. But hold on, let's continue. Because the woman whose home that they ran in while she was naked, coming in there raiding her house, well, she was awarded $2.9 million, as she should. It says the Chicago City Council is set to vote on the $2.9 million settlement for Anjanette Young. Now, here's the thing. Hold on, let me go to this other video. We go to this other video real quick. And then we're going to talk about just how many times the Chicago police have done this. This is all so nefarious. About to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
In 2019, she was restrained while getting ready for bed and was forced to stand handcuffed and naked as officers searched her residence. It turned out to be the wrong home. Today, Celia Meza, the city's corporation counsel, on why the city is agreeing to a $2.9 million settlement.
She was left in a complete state of undress for 16 seconds after the officers entered, and that it took a full 10 minutes until she was allowed to get fully dressed.
Meza suggests if the case went to trial, a jury might award Young up to $16 million for each second she was completely undressed.
We all saw the way in which she was treated.
At one point, the city requested sanctions against Young for sharing the video of the raid. But then the city backed off, saying they only wanted to sanction Young's attorney. The Finance Committee unanimously agreed to the settlement after some debate.
I believe that we owed her more for the horrible way in which she was treated that day.
Mayor Lightfoot has personally apologized to Ann Jeanette Young.
I think it's a good thing that this matter is resolved. Obviously, assuming city council approval, this will provide her, I think, with a substantial amount of resources. And I think that that's a good thing. It's a good thing for our city. We need to heal from this and move forward.
Yeah, sit down somewhere. I'm so glad that she is gone. Okay, now I want you all to pay attention because here's the thing. Hold on. And here's the thing. I want someone arrested. Keep the money. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take that $2.9 million, beloved. Yeah, I want someone arrested too, but I need that cash. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now, with that all being said, I actually played the wrong video. That's the video from the lady Ann Jeanette, who this happened to previously. Now, that other video, I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, hold on. Let's talk about it because this is what they say. Now, Chicago police raided at least 21 wrong houses. But the poor record that they keep hiding, or they use this poor record to keep hiding the real numbers. So they're basically saying that there's likely more. Chicago police raided the wrong house at least 21 times between 2017 and 2020, according to an inspector general report that was released this week. But shoddy record keeping means that the true number is unknown. Now, the Chicago Office of Inspector General released its final report on the Chicago Police Department's search warrant policies, concluding that CPD's inadequate record keeping made it impossible to count or fully analyze wrong door raids. They likely did that on purpose. How do you not have the records? I'm sure they did that on purpose, okay? Now, the records the Inspector General did get, however, show that inexperience and failures to do basic investigative work contributed to botched raids. Inexperience and failure to do investigative work. Well, I don't think it's inexperience. I think that they just do whatever they want to do. And yes, they definitely can't be investigating these cases. Now, the CPD search warrant policies have been under scrutiny since 2020, when body camera footage was published showing officers humiliating a naked woman during a wrong door raid in 2019. Chicago police burst into the apartment of Ann Jeanette Young based on a faulty tip and handcuffed her while she was naked, forcing her to stand in full view of male officers as they searched her home. Let me tell you something. This is all so crazy. And yes, it's humiliating to be standing there with no clothing on while they're trying to ask you a myriad of questions. And I do believe that prior to them standing there asking all those questions, I think they already had realized they were in the wrong place. Let's not forget that when I initially reported on that story, I showed you how one of the officers went out to the patrol vehicle and then got the paperwork and realized that they had the wrong address. And he's out there whispering about it. Okay, they knew they were dead wrong. Now, responding to the furor over Young's case, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced a new search warrant policy for the CPD. The city eventually settled a lawsuit filed by Young for $2.9 million. Chicago has learned painful lessons over the last several years about what happens when the search warrants go wrong. Now, they go on to say the raid on the home of Ann Jeanette Young laid bare deep deficits in CPD's policies and practices around the service of residential search warrants. But Young was by far the only victim. Chicago area attorney Al Hoffold Jr. has represented 11 families in separate lawsuits who all say that CPD pointed guns at their children during botched SWAT raids. Now, just imagine that. They burst into your house and not even supposed to be there. You have no idea why they're there, what's going on, and then they're holding guns on children. First of all, why would you point guns at kids? That's absolutely stupid. And I guarantee you all of these families are Black, and all of these homes where they've gone to wrongfully were likely the homes of Black people. Please pay attention. So they go on to say in a years-long investigation by the local news outlet CBS2 repeatedly uncovered Chicago SWAT teams relying on unverified search warrants to ransack houses. Not even verified, pay attention. Definitely not doing their work. Now, They hold families, including children, at gunpoint. And in one case, they handcuff an 8-year-old child. In another case, 17 Chicago police officers burst into a family's home with their guns drawn during a 4-year-old's birthday party. 17 police officers. 17 police officers just burst into the home when there's a 4-year-old's party. Now, just think about the people who brought their kids there as well. All of these children were traumatized, I'm sure. The members of one Chicago family say that officers raided their home 3 times in 4 months, looking for someone the residents said they don't even know. In 2018, Chicago settled another civil lawsuit by a family who claimed that the CPD officers stormed their house and pointed a gun at a 3-year-old girl. Now, I'm sorry. Somebody make this make sense. Pointed a gun at a 3-year-old girl, and they settled for $2.5 million. The IG's findings are entirely consistent with what our office has discovered in our clients' lawsuits against the city of Chicago. Sloppy, unsupervised investigations of uncorroborated tips from informants that then lead to rubber-stamped search warrants for the wrong homes and resulted in serious emotional trauma to innocent families of color. Didn't I tell you? Including literally thousands of children over the years. And this description does not even address the way in which officers have treated and policed people once they enter their homes to execute these warrants. With this kind of police work, it's no surprise at all that community trust has been and remains CPD's biggest challenge. In one lawsuit that was filed by Jasmine Vale and her family in 2020, Vale claims that the CPD trained their guns on a grandmother and child, screamed obscenities at them. Now, that's the video I was trying to show you. Screamed obscenities at them and ransacked their house, causing thousands of dollars in damage. The lawsuit said that the search warrant was based on a tip from an anonymous informant that the grandmother's son possessed an unlicensed handgun. So they did all of that. Chicago police never bothered to learn that the son had moved to California several years prior. It's all so stupid. Now, the number of residential search warrants executed by CPD has dropped sharply since 2019. In years prior, CPD was serving more than 1,000 search warrants per year. In both 2020, 2021, it served fewer than 200. However, the report praises CPD for taking encouraging steps toward increased accountability by drafting revisions this January to its search warrant policies, including a newly proposed electronic data application that could significantly improve record keeping. This is all so stupid. Okay, excuses. Now, in a statement to the Chicago Sun-Times, the CPD noted that the Inspector General reported that report only studied residential search warrants until 2021. Since that time, CPD has made numerous revisions to policy and training, including greater supervision and accountability within the process of search warrant development and service. Following search warrants that are identified as wrong raids, the department conducts critical incident after action reviews. You know, I'm inclined to think that they do these things on purpose to terrorize and humiliate and intimidate Black folk. I'm just inclined to think that they do this on purpose in some cases. Why would you go to a home because an anonymous informant gave you a tip, but you didn't even stop to verify the information? You didn't go and check public records to see who owns the property. And if someone other than the people living there owned it, you could simply call the landlord to get the names of the people that reside there. You didn't do any type of background work to make sure that the people that the informant gave you information on were in fact the ones dwelling there. This is all so stupid. She said this is fun and games to them, Queen. Yes, it absolutely is, because they're doing it to Black folk. Now, if they were doing this to white folk, I guarantee you this would not continue to happen. That's what wouldn't happen. If they were pulling guns on 4- and 3-year-old white kids, how many times do you think that would happen before they all got consequences, and serious ones? I'm not just talking about settling lawsuits either. That's right. Queen Sam said it's called an investigation for a reason. Yes. Oh, Mr. Hotel said they love to make mistakes on our people. This is all so crazy. Really annoying, too, at the end of the day. But let me continue. Low down dirty devils. Rated 21 houses. And like I said, that's just the number that they have on record because they claim they had shoddy record keeping. So they don't know everything, how many it is accurately. Now let's talk about this woman who went on a cross-country trip with her ex-boyfriend. Leads police to bullet-riddled truck filled with blood. Beloved mother of two missing after the cross-country trip with this man. Let me put his picture up on the screen because this all sounds nefarious. First of all, who's going on a cross-country trip? Anybody offer me to do such things? I have questions. Okay, I have questions. Please sit down somewhere. That's it. That's not it. Here it is right here. Okay, so here's what they say occurred. A Wyoming woman who tried to make a new life for herself in Alabama has been missing for nearly 2 months now, and at least some of her family feared the worst. Meanwhile, an indirectly related arrest signals that at least some progress is being made in the case. Catherine Ann Katie Ferguson, 33 years old, was last seen alive in Truman, Arkansas, and that was in early October during a cross-country trip with her 2 daughters, who are ages 4 and 11 months. Also on the trip was Ferguson's ex-boyfriend, Adam Shane Avils Jr., 26, who was the father of both children. Now, Avils and the girls made it back to Cody, Wyoming, sometime before Halloween. But the beloved daughter, sister, and mother had mysteriously vanished. She was reported missing by her mother on November the 2nd. They say we are in desperate need to find her. This is what her mother, Mona Hartling, said in a Facebook post on November the 5th. Please keep your eye open for my beautiful daughter. Her family is sick with worry. We love her with all of our heart and soul. Now, in her post, Hartling noted that Ferguson was traveling with her daughters and Avils, and implored people to call law enforcement if they remember seeing either member of the former couple. Days after Hartling's Facebook post, Avils was arrested by the Park County Sheriff's Office on misdemeanor charges of methamphetamine possession and taking his father's truck without permission. Now, those charges were later dropped as federal prosecutors filed one charge of being a felon in possession of ammunition. So the Park County Sheriff's Public Information Officer, Monte McLean, said, we dropped the local charges. We used those to hold him till the big charges came out. Now, his charges have escalated to the point that a misdemeanor ticket of unauthorized truck use is a moot point. It would actually delay the furtherance of justice in trying to get this taken care of. Now, Avils now faces the prospect of 15 years in federal prison, 3 years of supervised release, and a $250,000 fine. And this is all information that came from the Wyoming U.S. Attorney's Office last week. And so to say, I never in a million years thought he would do something to her. I didn't know, but now I think he did, and I think it was really bad. This is what Katie Ferguson's sister, Nicole Ferguson, said. I don't think she's alive. I really don't. The defendant has not been directly charged in relation to Ferguson's disappearance, according to federal court documents. And Avils unlawfully possessed a Fiat 45 bullet between November the 2nd and November the 4th. Now, publicly available documents in the defendant's federal case do, however, take note of Katie Ferguson's disappearance. In a federal criminal complaint obtained by the media, a person with the same initials as the missing woman's mother said her daughter had been clean for some time, but had recently relapsed on an unknown drug and called Avils for help. Avils Jr. came to Alabama, but departed several weeks later with KF, and that's the woman's initials, and their 2 children to return to Wyoming. As they were traveling, they stopped in the Little Rock, Arkansas area where KF did a drug run and has not been seen or heard from since. Now, Cody Police Department Sergeant Van Alkun contacted Avils Jr. at his residence
Val's Jr. said that KF was not missing, but she just does not want to contact her mother. Later, law enforcement discovered a black Dodge Durango registered to Val's on November the 4th. Now, the vehicle had been abandoned in a state of despair near the Oregon Basin in rural Park County, Wyoming. They say the vehicle had trash bags blocking the view through the window. Deputies broke a window to make sure no one was in the vehicle who may need medical attention. Now, inside, investigators discovered the front passenger seat was missing. There was Clorox wipes, a Glock pistol magazine loaded to capacity with live ammunition, and an odor the sheriff describes as putrefied blood. Now, while police were inspecting the vehicle initially, Val's allegedly approached the scene with a can of gasoline. About to set it on fire and get rid of the evidence. Please pay attention. Now, when asked what he was doing, the defendant allegedly said he was there to fill the gas tank because the truck was his and needed gas to run. On November the 5th, investigators checked the national database to check and see if the defendant had been pulled over during his recent travels. They said he had been twice. On October the 5th, Val's and Katie Ferguson were both seen on body-worn camera footage taken by police in Truman, Arkansas. Now, on October the 9th, Val's was seen again on body-worn camera footage, this time taken by the Texas State Patrol. And this time, however, Katie Ferguson was not in the footage. Okay, so they say that investigators also saw what they described as a projectile hole in the passenger door concealed with tape. A later warrant-authorized search of the Durango turned up a large quantity of dried blood, 3 fired .45 bullets, parts of the vehicle trim in trash bags in the back of the truck, cleaning supplies, tools, and various other items, including clothing, all covered in blood. On November the 8th, during a forensic interview conducted by the FBI in Montana, the missing woman's 4-year-old daughter said something about her father accidentally hurting her mother. Authorities said they could not determine a time frame for the child's statement. I just really hope that Adam, will talk and just really say what happened. This is what Nicole Ferguson, the sister, said. I love her and I don't want to be negative, but I don't think she's coming home. But at least I want her found. Well, I'm sorry to say, but she's not coming home. Dried up blood on clothing in the vehicle. He was coming back with a gas can, clearly about to try to destroy evidence, as far as I'm concerned. This is all sad. Just low down and nefarious. Mr. Elevation said, yep, she's dead. 169 said, yep, ask the kid. Okay, this is awful. But let me continue. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's talk about this black man who got the police called on him at Applebee's because he got to work early. Somebody please make it all make sense. Got to work early and they called the police on him? Where they do that at? Well, anywhere there's a Karen or a Ken, that's where. Please pay attention. Let me pull that up on the screen.
Meanwhile, in Picayune, Mississippi, of all places, a manager decided to call the police on a brother. Not because he was breaking in the building, not because he had stolen something from the building, not because he had assaulted somebody in the building, but all because he showed up early for work. But don't believe me, just watch. Press play.
At Applebee's restaurant, got the manager here. I never heard nothing like this in my life, y'all. This lady is upset with me because I come to work early. Now, mind you, I'm scheduled to come at 8:30. Now, I work here at Applebee's in Picayune, Mississippi on Memorial Boulevard. Now, this is what she do. Now, she gets upset with me because I come to work early. She got a problem with me. Now, she won't let me in the restaurant tell me I can't come in until my schedule. Now, they got people, mind you now, they got folk that have to be scheduled to come to work at 5 o'clock. They come to work 4 o'clock. They go right in the restaurant. This is what she do. She let the white guy in there, and she won't let me in there. Yeah. And I know why. Because she is prejudiced. Not only that, she didn't call the police on me. And I work here because I come to work early. I want y'all to see this here. This lady didn't literally call the police on me because I come to work early. Even though I never in my life ever heard of something like this. And now, mind you now, I'm in the state of Mississippi where there ain't nothing but prejudice and a racist state. But I may have been born here, but I have not been raised here. So I know when I see prejudice or racist, because I recognize it. And when I see it, I'm going to let them know I see it. Now, look what she did. Here I work here, an employee here. This lady didn't call the police on me because I have come to work early. Never in my life have I heard something like this here. I've been in the restaurant business for over 40 years. I ain't never in my life heard of.
Now, my question is, why are we calling guns to the scene when we clearly have a man who is trying to go above and beyond at work? Now, I've heard of being fired on your day off, but this here is a bit much. Now, let's just get to the facts. Now, pictured here is Mr. Henry White. Now, his shift started at 8:30 a.m., but he decided to show up at 7:15 a.m. to assist with uploading supplies from an 18-wheeler and assist in helping clean the restaurant. Now, he was willing to work off the clock. Now, who does that these days? Which tells me that he is a hard and dedicated worker. And apparently they do this a lot to help each other out. So this is nothing new. Now get this, y'all. The manager then called the district manager when he arrived early, and the district manager informed the manager to call the popo, and they came right on cue. Now, Mr. White, he wasn't arrested, y'all, and you know why? Because it's not a crime to show up early for work. Well, unless you work at the Applebee's in Picayune, Mississippi. But take a listen to what the officers had to say to Mr. White.
No, I know she's straight. Look, here she is right here. She's straight up prejudiced. Why don't you tell the world who you are? What you scared now? What you ashamed now? You a coward now? Huh? Glory to God. I'm not. I'm gonna put you, I'm gonna let everybody, corporate gonna know about you because they gonna see it. Because you live now.
Listen, you have a vehicle here.
No, I don't stay far from you. I mean, I know you.
Okay. You don't just do anything, just go ahead and leave the property, right?
Look, now, they want me to leave. I'm coming to work, y'all, and the police is telling me, the police is clocking me out. Ain't that something? And I'm gonna let you know, I got some views. People already looking at it. They sure is. Yeah.
Now, y'all, I don't know who this Karen in camo is, but let me make sure we on the same page. So let me get this right. He has to leave the premises when he did nothing wrong. And all because he came to work early to help them out. And the white employee gets to enter the building, but the black employee not so much. Please make it make sense. Now, Mr. White is clearly upset, and rightfully so. I mean, who wants to put up with this foolishness and nonsense? Now, she's upset because he's upset. And what does she decide to do? Yep, use her little undefeated, privileged white woman tears to call the boys in blue. Now, this Karen in camo, she then proceeds to tell the cops that she don't want him on the premises anymore, all because of said behavior. Bottom line, y'all, she gets to be a racist-ass individual, and Mr. White, he has to leave because he reacted to her discrimination and racism. Yeah, that part. Now, by all indications, Mr. White, he is still employed, but it couldn't be me. I've been putting in my 2-week notice like it was yesteryear. And those would be facts on facts on facts on facts on top of facts. Y'all stay tuned. Carry on.
So I see a couple of people in the chat said that she was likely in there stealing. Well, that's exactly what I thought. That's what I thought, because why are you so pressed because this man came to work early? She must have been in there doing something that she had no business. I am best that he interrupted their stealing time. Okay, you already know. And let me tell you something. That's likely what it is, because I'm going to tell you like this. When I was going to college and I was doing corporate security, there was a guy, a male Karen, shall I say, and he was my supervisor. He was always stealing. When people would turn in stuff to Lost and Found, he would steal it. Somebody turned in a diamond ring one day that they found in the building. We were working at Hewlett Packard, and someone turned in this ring, and the next thing we know, when someone came to ask and inquire about the ring, well, it wasn't there. Fast forward, about 2 months later, his girlfriend came up there, and she had on that same ring. Okay, she had on that same ring. Not to mention they used to steal time. We had to sign in when we clocked in, right? And so one day he's telling me, oh yeah, Officer Shakur, go ahead and sign in for 4 hours that you worked last night. I said, I didn't work last night. He said, well, I know you didn't, but you can get some free time. He said, don't worry, we do it all the time. He said, because according to the contract, we're supposed to have 12 officers on staff at all times. And so somebody called off last night. And so we just want to put your name in so we don't get into trouble. And hey, don't worry about it because you're going to get paid for 4 hours. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay. Now, this is something they have been doing. And I think that the only reason he was trying to get me to engage in it is so that if we all got caught or if they got caught, I couldn't tell on them. But I'm not stupid. I'm not signing anything lying and saying that I worked when I know that I didn't. Okay. This is kind of stuff they do, and they get away with it. And then when I finally started spilling the tea on them, guess who got fired? Yeah, I did. Please pay attention. Okay, he was harassing me, sexually harassing me, and all kinds of stuff. And I sued them, and we settled out of court. But at the end of the day, they didn't fire him, even though I sued them. I went to the EEOC and filed a claim with them. They gave me a letter giving me the right to sue, and I sued them. He was still working there. But guess what? The irony of it. And meanwhile, they told me not to ever return to the premises. Now, I didn't do anything. I'm the victim. But they told me don't ever return to the premises. But guess what? As karma would have it, 3 months later, I was told by some of my coworkers who were still there that he got fired because he went into one of the rooms. Okay. And everyone had to use their badges to get into access to different rooms. And it would show your name and your employee number once you entered, right? That would come up on the computer. Well, he went into one of these rooms and was pulling up porn on the computer. And his stupid self printed some of it up and forgot one of the pictures. And so the next day when the VP of HP, Hewlett Packard, came into that room and found the porn, well, they just went and looked at the computer to see who had entered that room. And guess what? It was him. All right. So they did all that to try to save his arse, but he still got fired anyway at the end of the day. I just want y'all to pay attention. Lillian X said, what an idiot. Right. Claudette said, dumb freak. Okay. Exactly. Meanwhile, I had my cash and I was thrilled about it and went and got me another job like the next day. So also nefarious. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's move on to this nefarious lady who was on the beach tickling her, what I want to call it, tickling her fancy. That's what I'll say for lack of a better term. I just want you all to pay attention. Yeah, she was on the beach in broad daylight and a family with children saw her sitting there pleasuring herself. Please pay attention. Now, I did edit this and remove some of the words that were being used. Okay? So let's get into it. Also nefarious.
$100 type. Can we speak to you for a second? We'll get you over there. Go ahead and bring your stuff.
Yeah, can I ask what the problem is?
All right, so someone called us. We got multiple calls about you. About something pertaining on the beach.
Yes.
Were you supposed to be? Were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
What?
Like, what were you doing on the beach? Like prior to coming here. Prior to coming here.
There was nobody. I was just sitting on my tail. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach.
Like I was near the water.
Near the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I do? What did I do? Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
No, they
families.
didn't. That's not true.
Well, why would they call us?
Nobody was around. Was it an anonymous call? Is this one of my buddies? Okay, one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies. It's a family.
Okay, look. Let me show you what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything in the bag?
No.
Is it if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really understand what y'all are.
We're just here because someone called and we're very concerned. Okay.
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
It's my. I was sitting on the beach, and I just. Okay. Do I get a ticket?
So you did have a vice.
Sitting on the water like this, and I just put it in there, and it was covered up, and I just. I'm sorry. I was stressed out.
I got you. Okay. Just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry. Nobody saw me. I was in the water. Okay. So what? If this is anonymous call,
I mean, if nobody saw them, they wouldn't have called, right?
if nobody saw it. Man, please don't do this to me. Are you serious?
A family saw it. They had kids.
What? There was nobody around me.
So. It's a bullet style. That's what they call it. Oh, Jesus. Knows you going through it. You logging everything. She admitted to it, and she said she had no.
All so nefarious. And then listen, this is how you knew right away she was guilty, because when the officer told her what the call that they received was about, she said, "Who saw that?" And then he said, "A couple of people." And she said, No, they didn't. I didn't do anything. Girl, you just told on yourself. Because if you hadn't been doing something, you wouldn't have asked who saw it. Ha! What an idiot. Well, I tell you what, where she's going is she'll be able to get other people to do that for her in the county lockup. Pay attention. All right, going to jail in a bathing suit. Yeah, they're going to be all over her. Pay attention. Especially when they find out why she's in there. This is all so nefarious. But let me continue. Meanwhile, this male Karen was harassing these poor teenagers. Please pay attention.
Don't belong in this development.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your name?
Live here. I'm not telling you.
We
live here. I live here.
Okay, where do you live?
Why would we tell you any of this?
Where do you live?
I'm not telling you.
Where do you live?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, not a problem. I'm going to call the gate and have you all arrested.
Okay.
You do not deserve to be in here.
Okay. What did we even do wrong?
Seriously? I have to wait for that for 5 minutes while they're screwing around the road.
No. We were backing up for you.
Moving for
And you say you're going to hit a 14-year-old? You have a problem? Because I can get my grandfather. You're going to hit us with a car?
Bring him out right now. Bring him out right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is because you're driving illegally.
Okay, but you're coming out 15-year-olds. So you're going to hit us with the car?
Because you're 15 years old, you could marry in Mississippi or Alabama.
This is not Mississippi or Alabama. This is Florida.
It's Florida.
Okay.
Sure.
So you're going to hit us with the car?
Don't stick your hand up. Did you threaten a child?
I did not threaten a child.
I have it on video. You just said you're going to hit us I have it on video.
Someone with your car?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. We have it on. Okay.
Go inside. Let me see the video.
He said they don't deserve to be there. That's what he said. What's your names? And they always think that you have to tell them on cue whatever information they're asking for. Okay. And then said they don't deserve to be there. Yeah, because they're black. So he definitely didn't think they deserved to be there. Low down, dirty devil. This is all nefarious. This is all nefarious. But meanwhile, let's get an update on Derek Chauvin. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right video. Hold on just a moment. Hold on, beloveds. Not sure which one of these is it. Let me see here.
After being stabbed at the federal prison in Arizona where he is incarcerated. Maggie Vespa has all the details on this story. Hey, Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. Yeah, while officials say Chauvin, who is serving both state and federal sentences, is expected to survive this attack, there are a lot of questions this morning as to how exactly this could have happened. And that being said, a quick warning, some of the information and some of the images in this story may be disturbing. This morning, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin hospitalized after Chauvin, convicted of murdering George Floyd, was stabbed inside a medium security federal prison in Tucson, Arizona.
We are adjourned.
Chauvin was seriously injured but is expected to survive, a law enforcement source tells NBC News. The stabbing took place around 12:30 p.m. Friday, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and required life-saving measures before Chauvin was rushed to the hospital. It's unclear what happened and who stabbed him. The Minnesota Attorney General stating, like any incarcerated individual, he should be able to serve his sentence without fear of retaliation or violence. Chauvin's attorney slamming the prison for a lack of institutional control and transparency and claiming Chauvin's family has received no update on his current condition or location, stating it appears to be indicative of a poorly run facility and indicates how Derek's assault was allowed to happen.
Find the defendant guilty.
In 2020, video capturing Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes rocked the world as Floyd cried out, "I can't breathe." Floyd's death sparked a massive nationwide wave of protests demanding racial justice, and an investigation found that Minneapolis and its police department engaged in a pattern or practice of race discrimination. Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother, speaking out about Friday's incident, telling the Associated Press he wouldn't wish for anyone to be stabbed in prison, stating, "I'm not going to give my energy towards anything that happens within those four walls because my energy went towards getting him in those four walls." And some important context this morning. Chauvin, as part of his plea deal, was transferred from a high security facility in Minnesota to that Tucson, Arizona prison. And experts tell us it's entirely possible that following this attack, he could be transferred to yet another prison. This after, by the way, the Supreme Court last week rejected Chauvin's appeal for his murder conviction. Savannah.
I find it also interesting that they don't even know who stabbed him. You know what that says to me? That there was likely more than one person involved in it. Likely more than one person involved in it. Oh, well, too bad and so sad is all I can say. But let me continue. Now, let's talk about this fool who caused all this chaos on an airplane. I want you all to pay attention. Hold on. I think this is it right here.
Baby.
I'm sorry, wrong one.
Oh my God. He put something on the plane and he jumped out the exit window.
Go, y'all. Go, y'all. Go, y'all. Zia, are you okay?
What?
What happened?
He put something on the plane and jumped off the exit window.
Wait, what? Someone jumped off? Zia.
He put something on
Go. Everybody what's going on? Girl, I don't know. That's crazy.
But go in the gate area. Just go in the gate area.
Just walk, just walk, just walk. Just walk. Just walk. Well, he put something down and then he jumped off the exit as if he left a bomb or something.
Okay, so auntie, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh my
Everybody started getting off.
I've never been so scared.
Child, my chest hurt.
Because I was literally 1 seat away from him.
Wait, so what did you see?
Well, the guy was like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And then he jumped off and he said he put something on the plane. Like a bomb or something.
Okay, so apparently, can you hear me?
I can't catch my breath. It scared the hell out of me. I left my luggage.
Auntie.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, apparently somebody.
I never dreamed I would be going through nothing like this. Wait a minute.
Oh, they did. He did.
There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. He's taking the. Oh my God. There he is. There he is, right there. Oh my goodness. Lord, there he is. Yo. They got him. Thank God. Oh my God.
They got him. They got him.
Thank God.
On the plane.
It's the guy beside him that's gonna be able to tell what he put down. The same guy that did what? Oh my goodness. Hang on. My back hurt. I got pushed. Anywho, I'm sitting here trying to order meat, see what I'm gonna get me to drink. Lord have mercy. Well, I understand. I ain't never been through no shit like this in my life. That scared the shit out of me. Hold on, y'all. There he is. There he is. He's taking the. Oh my God. There he is. There he is, right there. Oh my goodness. Lord, there he is.
They got him.
Thank God.
On the plane.
It's the guy beside him that's gonna be able to tell what he put down.
I find it all so nefarious. I find it all so nefarious. And here's the thing. Those must be some Negroes from Alaska or Wyoming. Because the Negroes that I know wouldn't have been asking questions. Especially when the guy yelled out and said he put something on the plane and then he jumped. What? I don't need to know anything else. You said enough. Okay. I'm running. I'm not trying to get luggage. Some of them were literally trying to get their luggage. Honey, forget that luggage. Forget that luggage, honey. As soon as you said he put something on this plane, I'm out. Okay. This is all nefarious. This is all crazy. Pamela said no questions at all. Okay. I know that's right. It's crazy. King Lejean said hitting the dash quick. I know that's right. Okay. Like my granddaddy used to say, I'm booking. This is all crazy. That's right. Love Her said we'll figure it out later. Absolutely. Okay. Ali said, Queen, you know it. This is all crazy. Hey, Spirit Goddess said facts, Queen. Okay. This is all crazy, honey. Carol said stage left. Queen Sam said Biggie said it best. 2 words. I'm gone. Courtney J said she'd be Flojo. Honey, what was he up to? That was real crazy. But they just weren't moving fast enough for me. Now, I'm glad that they did, when they exited, that they did walk rather than run, because that's how people get trampled. You always can exit a much more quickly if you just walk in a single file line. Okay, walk briskly in a single file line. Remember that. Now, I know a lot of you Negroes, it's not going to do it. You're going to run. You're going to sprint. All right? You're going to sprint. But just remember, that's how people get trampled. Okay? And so anyway, that was all crazy. But let me continue. Now, let me show you all this Trump supporter. You know, the Trump supporters amaze me with how smart and astute they are. Please pay attention.
You that man will tell you that. Trump, Mike the Pillow Man will tell you that. Trump says that. Joe Biden has been dead since 2019. James Woods, the actor, is playing Joe Biden. But the president is trying to get us back down with our economy. because.
So he is the president.
Yes, he never conceded. He is very much the president of the Republic. Biden has been doing all his White House pictures out there in California at Black Rock Studio with the fake green screen. Biden has been dead since 2019. Mike the Pillow Man will tell you that.
That lady said, that lady said the actor James Woods is playing Biden. Not James Woods. And the scary thing is she actually believed every word that she was saying. This is all crazy. Gotta love those nefarious Trump supporters. Okay, please pay attention. So now let's talk about T.I. and Tiny's son, King Harris. He and T.I. got into a scuffle because King was upset, you know, and he's talking back, being disrespectful and rude. The thing that got me is that I read some of the comments from Black folk, and some of them were saying, oh, he's just hurt and he just feels this and that. Listen, I don't know if he's hurt or not, but that doesn't give him any excuse to disrespect his parents and to be spilling the tea on parents' business, okay? I wish one of my sons would. All right? I wish they would. At the end of the day, he seems to be ungrateful and has a sense of being entitled, is what it seems like to me. But T.I. had to yoke him right on up. So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. We have 518 people in the chat. Please, let's get the likes up to match. Thank you.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Period. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
In your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got some in the neighborhood with me that roach up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando and man my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said it, he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Sid used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandma's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath
Every
and
day.
throw tantrums to go over there.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
You cried like a baby. Hold his breath.
Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't going to tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hiding it.
He capping. Hey. He know I stand on business. He know that. Can't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business.
I don't feel like you stand on business.
Yeah. I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world, I'm going to put it out there for them to see. I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like, you ain't had me behind a mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, I got too much to drink. I drunk too much. Let's go. Now, get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other like this being shit. Just being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Man, what is you talking
Man, get off me. Like, what the fuck? Man, get off me.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
That is sad. That is so sad. That boy is out of control. And we knew that when we saw how he cursed out the person at the Waffle House, talking all that craziness and act like he's so gangster, saying that he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And then when they said, yes, you were, he said, y'all sent me to my grandmama's house because I kept getting into fights. Getting into fights doesn't mean you're from the hood. Anybody can get into a fight no matter where they dwell and reside. That doesn't make you a tough guy. That doesn't make you a tough guy. That just makes you somebody who's confrontational, perhaps. That don't mean you're bad. Sorry, T.I. had to get ghetto on him, said that crazy bitch. Yeah. Let me tell you something. That kid is out of control, and he is very ungrateful. He's standing there calling his father a lie, telling T.I. that you're all cap, you're flagging, and talking about he stands on business. What business? He doesn't have any business. This is all crazy. At the end of the day, I would have given him a 2-piece with a biscuit. All right? 2-piece and a biscuit. All right? My sons wouldn't talk to me like that, let alone their father. He sounds crazy. Just doing the absolute most. But you see, this is why when you spare the rod, you spoil the child. Because I remember, don't you all remember from watching The Family Hustle, how T.I. would get on him and Tiny would coddle him? And there's even one episode where he was like 14 and he was sitting there saying that he wanted to start his own career. He wanted to make a name for himself and all of that. And T.I. was telling him that he has to go to school and do this, that, and the third. And then he started crying. And then T.I.'s sister, may she rest in peace, Princess, her and Tiny were trying to console him. And T.I. said, don't coddle him. Let him go in the room, be by himself, and figure it out. And then come back. Because you cannot pet your sons, especially your black sons. Okay? You have to teach them to be tough and to deal with the things in life. Not to be acting like that, trying to be a whole fake gangster. This is all crazy. Yes, he is the problem child. He really was out of pocket that time, talking so disrespectful to T.I. and Tiny and all of that. And because he stayed at his grandmother's house for however long, that doesn't mean that he wasn't born with a silver spoon. I'm quite sure that his grandmother lives in a nice place. And also, T.I. and Tiny were still financially supporting him. So he needs to sit down somewhere. Okay? He needs to sit down somewhere. At the end of the day, Kim Bella says the parents weren't real parents. They only threw money at him. I think a lot was rebelling because how they were. I can't even say that. What gives you that impression, beloved? Because I never saw that on the show, and I don't live with them to see what goes on behind closed doors, so I don't know where you would get that from. I mean, that's your opinion, but I can't say that because I don't know what went on behind closed doors. And if that's the case, why would they do that to him and not the others? Because he's the only one that acts like that. I don't think that's it at all. I don't think it has anything to do with how Tiny and T.I. raised him. I think that he feels the constant need to try to prove himself, to try to act as though he's a thug, to try to act that he embodies the same type of lifestyle that T.I. grew up in. T.I. grew up on Bankhead Highway over in Mechanicsville and all of that. T.I. grew up in the hood. So I think that he's trying to do the same thing, trying to portray himself as somebody that's hood, that's a thug, that can stand on business. That's all that is. Trying to be a fake gangster. Okay? Trying to be a fake gangster. That's all that is. That is all that is, honey. I don't think it had anything to do with how they raised him. I think they raised him as best they could, just like most parents do. And he wants attention, says that crazy bitch. Yes. Shirley said he's a spoiled brat. Yeah, I know a spoiled brat when I see one, okay? That's exactly what he is. He's ungrateful. His behavior, and that's the thing. When black people try to blame his behavior on his parents, they just threw money at him. We don't know that. We don't know that, beloved. We really don't. At the end of the day, I think he's just bad. Kim Bella said, is he the oldest of T.I.? No, he's not. He's like the middle son because Kamani and what's his name? Kamani and what's the other two? There's two of them older. Two of them that are older than him. There's two sons that are older than him. Hold on. I can't remember their names right off. Hold on. That boy's just outrageous. Right, Messiah. Messiah is the oldest. He's 23. And then Damani is 22. Okay, and then King is about 18 or 19 at this point. So yeah, Messiah and Damani don't act like that. They don't act like that. It's just that he wants to portray himself as something that he isn't. And you know, that's another thing. This is the way often, if you pay attention, the middle child usually acts that way. Okay? He's one of the middle children. And for some reason, the middle children are always starving for attention. Not in all cases, but in many cases. The middle child. Kim Bella said, but those are not Tiny's kids. Well, it doesn't matter. They're all T.I.'s sons. You know, they're all T.I.'s sons at the end of the day. But like I said, and you know what, Kim Bella, you do make a good point, because the thing of it is Tiny was spoiling him, I do believe. Just from watching the show, like I said, coddling him. Okay, while T.I. was trying to teach him to be a man, to grow up and be a man. And that your mother can't be babying you, you know, and that you can't be sucking pacifiers till you're 12. So maybe that's why he acts that way. But he's definitely spoiled, period. Just spoiled. Now, okay, so now, once in the chat, do you all want to hear the audio from Young Thug's court case where the judge had to go off on the prosecutors? And to me, the judge and the prosecutor are both shady. Now, do you all want to hear that first or the Diddy news first? Which one do you all want to hear first? The Young Thug and YSL, or the Diddy news first? Once, if you want to hear Young Thug. Twos, if it's the Diddy. Okay, so we're going with Young Thug, so let's get into it. I have the audio. I'm not going to play the video. All right, I said Diddy last. All right, good. So with that all being said, I'm going to put an overlay on the screen, and we're going to listen to this audio, because let me tell y'all something. I want you all to pay attention. This prosecutor who's black in Young Thug's case, and the judge who's also black, they just seem dead set that they're going to get Young Thug, you know, this is a guilty verdict regardless. Now, he may be guilty. That's not the point, though. You see, whether a person is guilty or innocent, they're still entitled to a fair trial. I'm not even a Young Thug fan, but I don't like how they were carrying on in this courtroom, and I just want you all to pay attention. All right, let me get this queued. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Room, and we'll call you back in just a minute, okay? When we finish up our business, all right? Remember the court's admonitions, ladies and gentlemen. All right, please be seated. Our jury has left us. All right, Mr. Steele, what's your motion, sir?
Good morning again, Your Honor. Your Honor, last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, you ordered the parties to share all of their displays in opening statement to the others so we don't have to have these interruptions. I did that. The state shared with me 4 attachments. That's all they had. That's what I got. What you just saw on your screen, if you don't remember, I'll ask the state to put it up, and I asked for it to be marked as exhibit, is what you already excluded. It states that Mr. Ryan was convicted of murder, and I represent the co-defendant who's not on trial on the appeal. How did that not get sent to me so I could bring it to this honorable court's attention? One. And two, how do we just violate court orders? So, yes, I have a serious motion for a mistrial because it's intentional misconduct. That's my motion. All right. And I'd like the screenshot to be captured for Mr. Weaver to put in the record.
I'll admit it is next court exhibit in order of the state's presentation anyway. So
now I want you all to pay attention because the defense attorney who is a white man, he's telling the judge that basically he didn't get all of the information he was supposed to be given, you know, prior to coming to court. And he said that's prosecutorial misconduct. Now, the prosecutor, I'm sure she did this on purpose. Now, I want you to listen to her response when questioned about it.
all right, so that'll be court one for purposes of the trial. So, Ms. Love, what's your response to Mr. Steele's assertion about Mr. Ryan?
As it relates to Mr. Ryan and the exhibits that the state intended to play and to display for the jury, I sent to Mr. Steele and everyone else the pictures and the photographs that I expected to use. As it relates to the slide to which Mr. Steele is now referring regarding his representation on appeal, I'm not certain if the objection goes to the fact that there was the conviction, because that's part of the indictment and that's part of the evidence that the state expects will show, or if it's as to his objection about the fact that he represents Mr. Ryan or Mr. Blaylock on appeal.
Don't represent Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Blaylock, man.
I would never said this ever. That's it.
So what's your objection based upon, Mr. Steele?
Objection based upon I argued this before the honorable court. You argued the prosecution that before they ever mentioned my name, you granted this motion.
That I did.
And brought him up to this honorable court outside the presence of everybody. We're an open statement. I am lied to. I am saying that I am lied to. Or anyone else got that exhibit? I did not get that exhibit. And I see everyone say shaking no. And now it goes against the court's order. We are bound. Can we bound to follow some of the court's order? I'm going to join in the objection on behalf of Mr. Steele.
Let me see the.
I can put it back up.
Yes,
Judge.
ma'am.
And Your Honor, while I am putting that back up, I will state in my place that initially when there was the objection from Mr. Steele, I didn't have a clue what it was about because I didn't mention his name and didn't intend to mention his name. As I looked at the screen, I saw that part of his name was on the screen for the most part.
But I mentioned that. I ruled upon that last week. I did. We were not. I would take it as it came in this case, and if the evidence got to that point, then I would deal with it accordingly.
Yes, Your Honor.
So,
and Your Honor, as to Mr. Steele's motion, as I'm pulling this up, the state would vehemently object to a mistrial and ask for a curative instruction and a reminder to the court, to the jury, that nothing that the lawyers say is evidence in this case. This is not at all the type of thing that rises to the level of mandating a mistrial. Certainly not. It just isn't. I have
all right.
The slide.
Look, now court one for purposes of the motion for mistrial. Okay, on slide 11 of 65, that I see where you have that at the bottom, represented by Brian Steele. So we can leave that for the time being. Leave it for the time being because it is what was it was up. I'm going to deny the motion for mistrial, Mr. Steele, but I will go ahead and give a curative instruction to our juries at this point in time.
Okay, so that was the first part. I'm going to play the second part, which is also like 5 or 6 minutes. But here's the thing. I want to respond to some of the comments. So Marvin said that Young Thug is a murderer and he needs to go to jail. James said that he's the one that shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus or something, and so the prosecutor wants to take him down. Well, this is all true. This is likely true. Okay, but that's not the point. Now, I want you all to pay attention because, see, Black people, you can't have it both ways. See, what you all are doing is foolish. You're acting as though it's okay for this prosecutor to engage in prosecutorial misconduct and to be unethical and to lie and to hide evidence and not present it to the defense. You're acting like it's okay for her to do that because you believe that he's guilty. Well, if she's lying and hiding evidence, how do you know he's really guilty? You don't. You just know what you think because maybe she's been doing this the entire time. But that's not even the point. The point is this. We are the same people who complain when a Black person that we believe is innocent gets this treatment. And then we say, oh, the prosecutor is being, they're hiding evidence. The prosecutor is wrong. They're trying to railroad him. Isn't that what you say? So you mean to tell me it's okay for her to do that just because you think he's guilty and he deserves prison? Maybe he does deserve prison, but he also deserves a fair trial, an impartial trial. That's how the law is supposed to work. You don't get to engage in unethical practices just because you want to send someone to prison. That's what the prosecutor is not supposed to do. Now, what you need to pay attention to is what if that were you or someone in your family who was innocent and she was doing the same thing because she felt they were guilty or because she wanted to be reelected as prosecutor for political gain, because that's what happens, okay? So at the end of the day, we should never condone malfeasance in the courtroom. We should never condone prosecutorial misconduct, whether or not we believe the defendant is innocent or guilty. That's the bottom line. Okay, that's the bottom line. Now, he may have done everything that he's accused of, but here's the question. If he actually did everything that he's accused of, well, why does the prosecutor have to engage in unethical practices to get a guilty verdict? If he did all of these things, should she not be able to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt? All right, but let me continue.
Do me a courtesy, if you would, and allow me to do that now and preserve the motion for mistrial.
You've made your motion for mistrial and the basis, and I'm going to mark the whole state's presentation as court one for the purpose of your motion, and it will go in as stated.
And I have two other issues that I'd like the court to just take up. One is just remember, I know you rule on it, but the state said earlier today that Mr. Williams is contacting through parties that they don't know to pay for other people's lawyers. So I think that couples with that exhibit. And number two, I'd like the court to now order prosecution to give me and anyone else who wants to see it. I need to see respectfully what you ordered last week, all of the displays of the state of Georgia that they have not given to us. So
What do you mean by what displays are you talking about, Mr. Steele?
I never saw that. I never saw the wolf. I never saw
You ordered I gave all my displays. I gave everything to say. I got from the state. Are you talking about using for opening statements, sir? Of course. Okay. Should have been done. All right, Ms. Love.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor. Two matters, Your Honor. One, the first thing that Mr. Steele has requested of the court regarding the representation that the state made about other YSL members contacting Jeffrey Williams for representation is absolutely and has always been a part of what the state expects will show it.
I'm going to deny that portion, but to Mr. Steele's point, I'd already made that issue in terms of his particular involvement, and anything you need to let me know prior to that, and I need to rule upon it, and also subject to foundation, just like this. So I assume that what you told our jurors is what you expect the evidence to show. Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna overrule that part of his objection. What about the last thing you mentioned?
And Your Honor, as to the court's directive that we turn over anything or any exhibits or photographs, that was my understanding of the court's directive that we expect to show an opening statement. As a matter of course, I can again reiterate the fact that it was an inadvertent omission to leave Mr. Steele, at least part of his name on here.
I got that, but he's talking about, is there anything else you're going to use in opening you haven't shown to defense counsel? He's telling us, well, I said that. I told you to do that a week ago.
Yeah,
because here's what I told you was going to.
Now listen to this, because the judge is going off on the prosecutor because he told her to do this stuff a week ago and she didn't do it. Now she wants to play stupid, acting like she didn't know this, that, and the third.
Happen. I've got a jury that's out right now that's being interrupted. And Mr. Williams, you should have made your motion or should have told me about that an hour ago or when you found out about it. Not hijack me at the bench about that. You did what you had to do, but I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about any of this. Because this is stuff we could take care of before our jury comes in. And that makes you all, lessen your ability as advocates and lessen our ability for this jury to go ahead and get this case seamlessly. This is what I told you all was going to happen. So, have you given them everything you're going to show them during opening statement?
Your Honor, I haven't given them all of the word slides. I did give to them what Mr. Williams objected to. I had given that to them previously. I will give them or share with them the things that have been added as of this evening. And
can you do that over the next 5 minutes?
I sure can.
Ingram, can you find out if our jurors are ready? Are they ready? Are they still using the restroom?
I'll send that to them right now as we're waiting.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Jay Apt on behalf of Mr. Kendrick, can we have 5 or 10 minutes to review whatever Ms. Love is going to send us?
You can take a comfort break, and I'll come back at 10 of 12. And like I said, whatever we don't finish before 12:15, we'll pick up after lunch. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's talking?
This should result in a mistrial as far as I'm concerned. The prosecutor is doing the most. Okay, and she knows what she's doing. She's trying to be slick. I just want y'all to pay attention. I don't like stuff like that. Okay, I don't like stuff like that. And let me just tell you something. A lot of prosecutors engage in prosecutorial misconduct. And here's the thing. I don't condone it ever. I don't care whether the person seems to be guilty or not, because here's the reason why. I did a study when I was in college. This was back in the early 2000s. Okay. And there were over 208 exonerations from death row. Now, as I went through all of the files and the paperwork about these innocent people on death row, and they were innocent because they were exonerated, and 90% or more of these people were Black. done years, decades in prison for things they didn't do. And you know what the main reason was when I went through the files to see why they were found guilty? It was because of prosecutorial misconduct, just like what she's engaging in. Just like what she's engaging in. Okay? And Roderick said, damn, 208 exonerations is completely nuts. It is nuts. But listen, that was just in a short span of time. That was from around sometime in the 80s to maybe, I want to say 2005 or something like that. Okay? So with that all being said, 208 exonerations. And this was all proven through DNA testing later and things like that. But also, like I said, when you go through the paperwork to see why they had these trials and they were wrongly convicted, it was largely due to prosecutorial misconduct. In cases where the prosecutors would get people who were already in jail or prison to testify against the defendants, and they would offer them deals or offer them things, right? Some type of compensation to get them to lie. Also, they would withhold evidence during the period of discovery. They wouldn't give all of the information to the defense, just like she's doing. So no, you can't condone this. They'll railroad people. If you think it's okay for innocent people to go to prison, then you agree with what she's doing, because that's what happens. And this is why it happens. Well, you have to ask yourself, would you rather for 10 guilty people to go free or one innocent person to go to prison for life? How would you choose? Ask yourself that. Would you rather for 10 innocent people to go free or one innocent person to do life? I don't want innocent people spending the rest of their lives in prison for things that they didn't do because they were railroaded by the prosecution. So if we see prosecutorial misconduct, it should always be pointed out. You shouldn't sit there and say, oh, well, he did it, so he needs to go to prison. Yeah, if he needs to go to prison and the state can't prove their case, that's just too bad for the state. Okay? Just like OJ. I absolutely think that OJ killed Nicole Simpson Brown, or Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, but the state couldn't prove their case, so he got off. That's the way the system is supposed to work. It's supposed to be fair. Okay? And if you can't prove the case, then you just can't prove the case. All right? You just can't prove the case. And so James says, nope, I don't agree because they use our people in professional places to railroad us. At the end of the day, they use our people. Well, guess what, James? They can't use your people unless your people comply. Okay? They can't use your people unless your people comply. And so with that all being said, she's willfully doing that. No one's forcing her hand. She's choosing to engage in prosecutorial misconduct. She's choosing to hide and withhold evidence from the defense. That's what she's choosing to do. And again, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because you feel the way you feel and you're entitled to feel that way. But I just think it's foolish because if it were someone sitting there that you thought were innocent and she was doing that, you'd be singing a whole different song. That's what you'd be doing. So that's hypocrisy at its finest. And you cannot have it both ways. Either you're for the truth and justice to prevail, whether it's right, wrong, or whether the person is right, wrong, or indifferent, or you're not. Or you're not. You can't sit here and wave your black power fist in the air and go outside and protest when there's injustices done, but then at the same time sit here and condone injustices just because you think the person is guilty. That's what you can't do. All right? That makes no sense. Feelings don't make people guilty. Exactly, Roderick. Exactly. Okay? So Miss Cookie says, I was on jury duty in North Carolina. White lady said the black guy was guilty because sooner or later he will do something. Yeah, that's how a lot of them think. Another thing is, and I told you all this before, when I was in college for criminal justice, I had to take a class called ethics. And in that class, they asked us one day, If we knew that someone was guilty, but we just couldn't prove it, would we plant evidence just so we could get them arrested and get a conviction? Would we plant evidence knowing that someone was guilty, but we couldn't prove it? Would we go as far as to plant evidence on them to get a conviction? You know how many people in that class said yes? Specifically, the people in the class who don't look like me. But there were a few who looked like me who said yes, they would do it. Well, I'm not going to do it. If you're guilty, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to do a thorough investigation as best I can. I don't care if I lose sleep. And I'm going to try to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to try to gather all of the evidence that I can, the ethical way. I don't want to engage in unethical practices just to get convictions. Because what if I'm wrong? What if I think this person's guilty and they're not? Let's talk about Kabami Harris. Kamala Harris had a black man sent to prison. He served 5 years before they found out that he didn't even do it. You all remember that? What about the other time when the person who was in charge of the drug lab was tampering with the evidence and over 600 black men went to prison? And then when this all came to light that the woman had tampered with the evidence and everything, Kabami didn't want to do anything about it. She was going to let the woman get away with it and let those men languish in prison. 600. Now, Kabami was the prosecutor. She was the prosecutor. So y'all think that's okay? The only reason she ended up saying something or bringing that woman forward to court is because the judge ordered her to do so. Because a lot of these prosecutors don't care about whether the person is guilty or not. They only care about winning. They want to win more than they care about the truth. Some of them. And some of them, they want to be in the political sphere. They have bigger ambitions. So they want to do things that's going to catapult their careers. And they don't care how they have to get there. So they will lie, cheat, steal, pay off people, pay off witnesses, hide evidence, you name it. This is what happens. So no, I don't condone it ever. I don't care what Young Thug did, what YSL did. If they did all of that, then prove it. Do it the right way. Don't sit up here and engage in misconduct, because that's not right. It's just not right. I don't want thugs out here on the street that's killing people. Okay, specifically people that look like them. I don't want them out here either. But if you can't prove your case, right, the right way, then you just can't do it. That's the bottom line. But now let me continue. RG Titan said that's exactly what Fonnie Willis is doing. I agree. Curly Girl said, and bring criminality into the political. Yes. Queen Fab said, facts. I think Fonnie wants to be the next Kabami. Yes, Kabami. Yeah, she does. I absolutely believe it. I absolutely believe it. So with that all being said, above all that drama, says Ann Arbor has this foul ace DA named Brenda Taylor that like lying on black men. Her karma is coming soon enough. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Some of these people will lie, cheat, and steal. But let's talk about Diddy. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. Now, I'm going to share this TikTok video that I did on yesterday with some interesting information. Michael said, Queen, what side of the bed did you get up on? Just asking. I got up on the same side that I always get up on, honey. And at the end of the day, I'm always for truth and justice when it pertains to people that look like me in court, whether they're right, wrong, indifferent. That's just what it is. All right. I'm not trying to go in on anybody, but y'all know that I'm passionate about these things. That's why I went to school and got 2 degrees in criminal justice. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's get into this whole thing about Diddy. I did this video yesterday, and basically Rose said, love it. Tell it, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I did this video talking about Erica Kennedy. This woman at one point worked for Sean John as a publicist, and also she wrote a book called Bling. Okay. Well, she was also best friends with Kamora Lee Simmons, just like Kim Porter. So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, if this doesn't prove to you that Diddy is nefarious, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, here we go. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Let's talk about the mysterious death of Erica Kennedy, who was one of the best friends of Kimora Simmons. She was actually the maid of honor in her wedding and the godmother to two of her children. Let's get into it. When Erica Kennedy graduated from college, she began working as a publicist for various top fashion designers, including Tommy Hilfiger and Sean Combs. Please pay attention. In July of 2004, Erica Kennedy released a book called Bling. This was about a small-town biracial girl named Mimi who wanted to make it big in the music industry, and then she encounters a music mogul by the name of Lamont, who owned a label titled Triple Large Entertainment. Now, some say that this is loosely based on Diddy. Erica's book went on to become a New York Times bestseller. In 2004, she said, "Everybody kept talking about how scandalous the book was. I really didn't see the big deal. I knew I could write a story about a P.Diddy party and show these people what a scandal really is all about." Erica Kennedy turned up dead June 13th of 2012 at the age of 42. Now, the cause of her death has never been released, and I find that all very interesting. And as we all know, Kimora Simmons' other best friend, Kim Porter, turned up dead November the 15th of 2018. Now, they said that it was pneumonia that she passed away from, but there's more to that story. The initial coroner conducting the autopsy on Kim Porter's body was Ed Winter. Now, he said that it was problematic and that further analysis needed to be performed. So he was strangely taken off of the case, however, and someone else took over. 2 weeks later, her death was ruled as being caused by pneumonia. Ed Winter had investigated numerous deaths of celebrities such as Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Brittany Murphy, and others. Allegedly, after people started requesting for Kim Porter's death to be further looked into, or for them to reopen the case, Ed Winter turned up dead. And they say that it was unspecified natural causes at the age of 73. Now, I find it very interesting because of the timing, you see. The timing of his death is right around the time that people were supposedly asking for her death to be further investigated. And those people were allegedly Kimora Simmons and some of Kim's family members. Please pay attention. Some people just didn't believe the final autopsy report. And the fact that Ed Winter had said the results were pending and he was still trying to conduct further investigation and then suddenly turns up dead. Yeah, all very suspicious if you ask me. Now, we know that Kim was supposedly writing a tell-all book, and a lot of it was about her relationship with Diddy. And so recently, some excerpts from that book have been released. And there were said to be, by an anonymous source, a lot of things that were very salacious that some wouldn't want to come out, specifically Diddy. So please pay attention. And let's not forget that after Kim's demise, Al B. Sure made a post basically stating that he didn't believe that she actually died from pneumonia either. And there were many who had their own suspicions. In the post, Al B. Sure said, "I do know very clearly that hashtag Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some bull-ish. Really? This is where I get into trouble. We just celebrated our son At Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix. And she was in fantastic health, as well as laughing seeing me and At Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here." And after that cryptic post, well, we all know what happened to Al B. Sure. He suddenly started experiencing renal failure and then ended up in a coma for 2 months. Yes, I do find this all very interesting. Kim supposedly told Al before she died that she felt someone was following her, and Al told her to call the FBI. And now he also made a post that's now been deleted saying that she was running from something, only to later come back and say that she was running a marathon. Kim's former stylist also allegedly came out and said that Diddy purchased that 24-karat gold casket for Kim a month prior to her demise. Sources say that Diddy and Andre Harrell got into an argument because he was supposedly helping Kim to write her tell-all book in 2017, and then later decided to write a tell-all book himself. They say that he also fired Diddy from his label. They say that Andre and Diddy got into several altercations at the company, and that he basically knew about the shady backhanded deals that Diddy was engaging in. Sources also say that Andre Harrell questioned Diddy about the toxins that were found in Kim's system during the initial autopsy report that Ed Winter was working on when he was fired from the case. And I find it interesting, but did I also mention that friends say that there was blood on Kim's pillowcase when she was found deceased, and also a small trail of blood from the bedroom leading to the bathroom. And Jaguar Wright says that Heavy D was also supposedly writing a tell-all book before he passed away. Also, celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Frank Ryan, who performed Cassie's breast implants in November of 2009, and of which Diddy complained about them, said they were too big and insisted that he take them out and do them over the next day, not even giving her time to heal. He was very determined, and Dr. Frank Ryan wasn't thrilled about it. But he mysteriously turned up dead in August of 2010, just months later. Now, he supposedly drove over a cliff when he was making a post about his dog. I also have questions about this picture of Diddy sleeping on top of Cassie. It looks very controlling, like someone who's trying to make sure that she doesn't leave or sneak away while he's asleep. Now, that's just my take on it. Also, what is going on in this picture? What does this mean? Is there some hidden message here? Because it looks very similar to this picture, the one of Kanye West's video, where he had all of these celebrities and famous people sleeping in the same bed. So clearly something subliminal as far as I'm concerned. Now keep in mind, this is all speculation. We can't say for a fact that Diddy had anything to do with any of the demises of these people, or the fact that Al B. Sure almost met his own demise. But it is very suspicious that one person is connected to so many in one way or another who have met their end under suspicious circumstances. With that all being said, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, just all low down and nefarious, okay? All low down and nefarious. Now, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, that's too much going on for coincidences. And then him and Andre Harrell getting into altercations at the company, and Andre firing him and finding out that he had backhanded deals and all of those things all sound shady. And not to mention, they say that Andre was supposedly helping Kim with her tell-all book in 2017. And let's not forget how Kim's former stylist supposedly said that Diddy purchased that 24-karat gold casket a month before Kim died. Now, I saw that someone said that psychic Sloan Bella said that there was something like pencil shavings in Kim's nasal spray. Yes, I remember. I did play her videos for you all, the audio. Sloan Bella, I did play the audio about this for you guys, for those of you who missed it. But here's the thing. I don't think it was pencil shavings. She said it was something that looked like pencil shavings, but I doubt it was pencil shavings. Actually, it's probably, like she said, something that looked like it. Because you see, pencil shavings, I did my research, that's not toxic. Okay, that's not toxic. So whatever it was toxic, because the first doctor, Ed Winter, said that the autopsy was problematic and he needed to do further analysis because there was some sort of toxins present. And then they fired him. Now, why did they fire him? This man had been doing celebrity death autopsies in Tinseltown for over 20 years. He was like one of the best to ever do it. So why would they fire him and then hire somebody else? And then the autopsy was prolonged because it was weeks later when this other person comes back and says, oh, it was pneumonia. And if it was pneumonia simply, well, why was there blood on her pillowcase, allegedly, and a trail of blood, a small trail of blood from the bedroom to the bathroom? I have questions. Okay? I have questions, but hold on. I want you all to see this. This is what the baby said. This is just a brief clip. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me. Right. So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Mm-hmm. Me and
I bet he did. Okay, I'll bet he did. And said he'd put his arm around him. I find it all very interesting. And then wanted everybody else to get out. Let's not forget what the former bodyguard said about taking Diddy to those Turkish bathhouses. Okay, but also I want you all to see this video clip. Please pay attention.
Baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach. What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. when you put your girl on the snap, baby.
That is absolutely sad. That was poor Cassie on the floor, hiding underneath a blanket. And he said, baby, shite's getting weird. Well, it's been weird, Diddy, because you're a weirdo. Okay? Put your clothes on. Let's go to the beach. Let's go jog on the beach. Let me play that clip again, because this dude is crazy. Now, I'm sorry. If y'all, whoever doesn't think that this woman told the truth about everything she said, something's wrong with them.
Baby, yo, baby. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach. What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby.
And he said she don't have shite to say. This is all nefarious. This is all crazy. This man is an animal as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what anyone said, but hold on. Let me just show you all this, because I know you all remember this. Diddy, the day that Diddy wigged out, hashtag buy wig. That's for Diddy. Okay, let me just share my screen. This is all crazy.
Man, it's been one of them motherfucking nights. For real. I should have took some pictures before night started. It's the end of the night, and it was. So we coming to you live. Diddy late nights. Anything can happen. I'm just vibing. It's so wide. So wild. You gotta keep the hair. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna wear this hair in Toronto in the morning. When I get to and
That mother floating like a cloud, like you had clouds on your shoes. You know what I'm saying? And that moving around.
hey, yo, you said Febreze?
You was floating like a breeze. You was moving like with a scent. You had a.
It's just late night. Got my wig on.
Breezing.
This not, oh, I was like, this ain't no goddamn wig. This is my natural. I don't need to be ashamed. It's a natural. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it to Toronto and Atlanta. You coming to Atlanta? Hey, yo, you coming or not?
I'm down.
Now, if you don't get to Toronto, get to Atlanta. I know you got a busy schedule producing all them hits.
I'm definitely making it to Atlanta.
Maybe you should schedule in back.
Toronto, I'ma smash that shit.
Stay, but can you schedule me in? Because it's like
Yo.
They doing the album together. Y'all need to come see these shows and shut the up for real.
We talk.
I'm not talking to nobody. I'm just saying, let's have a good.
You done got your hair right, and now you don't know nobody.
I just don't feel right without my family. That's all, baby. If anybody else take it any other way, I just don't feel right without y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. I don't even know why I'm FaceTime recording you like you entertaining. I ain't entertaining nobody. Touching snaps, they got 15 seconds. You wasting time. Baby,
You trying to destroy me?
hey, yo, you gonna meet me in Atlanta?
Yo, ATL, you know what I'm saying? We gonna hit Atlanta. You know we don't have to trap out in Atlanta.
So Atlanta.
I have several questions. How did that guy even sit there and keep a straight face talking to that fool with that wig on? This is all crazy. Stacey said something is wrong with Diddy. Yeah, he's nefarious, beloved. Licking his lips, wearing a wig, and had on, it looked like he had on lace lingerie. Ha! Not lingerie, but lingerie. Ha! That's what he had on. He is so ridiculous. Okay, why was he constantly licking his lips? Miss Cookie says Scorpio and Taurus get freaky. Oh, hashtag buy wig. Okay, that's what somebody needs to tell Diddy. Buy wig. I absolutely cannot. Eli says switch hitting mobster. Okay. It's all crazy. Anyway, somebody called him psychotic. Who said that? Let me go back. Pamela said psychotic. Absolutely, I agree. Sociopathic. Belinda said he was smacking Jay-Z on the ace. I saw that. Yeah, he was. He needs to sit down. See, the funny thing is, all of this old footage is resurfacing. Okay, I just want you all to pay attention. Oh, so crazy. Oh, hell no, said somebody get your uncle the perv. Okay. And so anyway, with that all being said, that's the news for now, beloveds. I hope you all enjoyed that live, honey. Y'all, at the end of the day, Diddy is done. Okay, all these people that are sitting there trying to act like people are lying on him or whatever, they need to have several seats because Diddy's done. It's a wrap, all right? This is the end of him, okay? This is not looking good, and it's going to get worse. Please pay attention. Let's not forget, March of 2024, Sloan Bella predicted something big is going to happen, and I'm going to be sitting right here with my popcorn waiting to report on it, okay? Miss Hotel said, great show today, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Hey, re-educated soul, beloved. Okay, so with that all been said, yeah, Miss Hotel said his career is over, period. Yeah. Chief Josie said it's Diggy now. Okay. Lana said, dope show. Thank you. All right. Halle Berry said, great job, Queen. Thank you. Listen, I love all of you to life. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got